Hey guys, this is Element Quattro, and we are back with The Babysitter. This is a game I found while surfing around on itch.io, and I thought it looked really cool, but it was a little bit too long for a 3 Scary Games video. So I thought I'd give it a try. I do like visual novels, and this will be my first time reading one for a video. But I've got a new mic set up here, and hopefully it sounds good. It says resume here because, like an idiot, I played for about a minute without realizing this microphone actually was not on. It was muted. Because, like I said, I'm an idiot, and my idiocy might just be the scariest thing about me. Alright, let's go. New game. Babysitter needed. Urgent. Childminder required tomorrow evening for our 12-year-old daughter at Westfield Groves. Reference checks will be conducted. Let's apply, shall we? One day later. This suburb, Whitefield Groves, is one of the more exclusive neighborhoods in the city, but it's on the outskirts of town, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I'm pretty sure the ad said Westfield Groves, but whatever, we're going with it. This house, like all other houses in the neighborhood, is set far apart from its neighbors. This sure is a nice place, with a well-maintained lawn and a pool. Although at this hour, it does seem a little foreboding. It's just about 7 p.m., and it's already full dark. The house seems quiet. Miss Raj, the woman who called you back after you sent in your application, asked you to be here by 7:30 p.m., and had been particular that you be on time. Miss Raj told you that she and her husband, Dr. Raj, were going out for the evening and she didn't want their daughter home alone. Hence, babysitter. The fact that the girl is 12 and requires a sitter indicates there may be some issues here. Or it could just be that the child doesn't like being alone at home after dark. That's quite normal. I probably shouldn't speculate on the child's issues before I've met her. That seems very unprofessional. Miss Raj sounded like a very exacting kind of parent. The type who is very mindful of every aspect of her child's care. She asked you a lot of questions about your background and your qualifications. She seemed pretty finicky. How dare she get to know the person who will be watching her child alone? You can't blame her, really. These days, most parents, particularly the rich ones, pay a lot of attention to their children's upbringing, unlike the poor parents who just let their children run around in the street. It is the nature of our times, and it pays to be vigilant. Since you've been registered with the Guardian Angel Child Care Agency for the last 3 years, you've got good references. So you were pretty confident you would get the gig. It pays well, too. Like we said, rich. Well, you're here. You're about half an hour early, which you hope is not too early for them. You'd better ring the doorbell to let them know you're here. Boop! Bing bong. Ah, yes, of course, you must be the babysitter. I'm Dr. Raj. My wife told me you would be here. You're early. That's great. Do come in. Don't mind the music. This lounge area overlooks the lawn and the pool through tinted black windows on your left. Do house windows are they normally tinted? That seems a bit strange. The floor underfoot is real wood, and the furniture looks like it costs a fortune. I'm gonna milk these people for all they're worth. I'm so glad we found you on such short notice. Shreya, that's my wife, was quite worried we wouldn't be able to get a sitter on time. Why would you want to get a sitter? That's stupid. I misspoke. You see, I got an invitation to speak at a late evening segment of a medical convention just 2 days ago, so the whole situation came about rather abruptly. Shreya is very particular about whose care we leave Maya, our daughter. We had a bad experience with our last sitter. She ended up in several garbage bags. She's very cautious when it comes to Maya. You sense a mild apology in his tone. It's all right. It's important to be diligent when it comes to such matters. That's very true. I can see why you gained her confidence. Am I supposed to be a female character? Or is that just my inner sexism coming out? I don't remember if the game ever told me. I think there was a drawing of a female character on, so we're just gonna go with that. I'll go in and tell her you're here. She's just getting ready. I'll then grab my coat and head out to the car, where I will then drive to the place where I'm going, and then I will park, and I will get out of the car and go into the medical convention, give my speech, and then get back in my car and come home. So I'll see you next when we're back. It was a pleasure meeting you. Do make yourself comfortable. Shreya will be out in a second. I don't care if that's not how my wife pronounces her name. That's how I pronounce her name. Dr. Raj leaves you and you wait for Mrs. Raj, who he referred to as Shreya. Yes, he did. So don't tell me I'm not pronouncing that right, because I'm pronouncing it how he pronounced it. Doesn't matter if I told him that's how he pronounces it. He seems pleasant, if a little absent. A rather stark difference to Mrs. Raj, who sounded formal and humorless on the call. Well, aren't I a bitch? That's quite a horrible thing to say about someone who I've never met, and who's just worried about her child. It must be pleasant here during the day, the glass doors on your left letting in natural light, but now at night, the windows look out into darkness, and the trees bordering the lawn throw deep shadows. I thought these windows were tinted. They don't let in natural light, that is what tinted means. Or at least they shade natural light. It's understandable now. They would not want their child to spend a late evening alone. The house is large and isolated from its neighbors. The neighborhood itself is rather lonesome. Children, with their active imaginations, can easily get distressed after dark in such an environment. Every creak and every night sound taking on sinister undertones. This is going to be painful. I'm going to try a female voice. Hello there. We had spoken on the phone. Thank you for being early. I appreciate that. And Anand, my husband, might have told you we are attending a medical convention, and he is one of the keynote speakers for the evening. The organizers just called us a few minutes ago and told us that the traffic around the convention center is a nightmare and that we should start out early if we want to get there on time. So now we have to leave at half an hour earlier. The organizers seem so, well, disorganized. Oh. Quite. Her tone is clipped. She is clearly a woman who does not like it when plans go awry or situations get unpredictable. I'm really glad we were able to find a sitter on such short notice. I know Maya seems quite old to be needing a sitter, but I try to avoid letting our daughter home alone if possible. Quite understandable. The house does seem rather foreboding after dark. Does it really? Well, in any case, it's not the house. It's just that she's going through a difficult time right now. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you. Is she okay? Well, we recently moved here from another state about 6 months ago. Anand got to be an officer. Anand got an officer to be a director at the NHU hospital, that is. We wanted to stay together as a family, so we packed up and shifted our lives. That bastard ripped us right out of our home. I'm very upset. It was a rather abrupt change for Maya, leaving her old friends, her old life, the home she grew up in. She's taken it a little hard. She hasn't made any friends at her new school. She spends a lot of time alone. Anand feels guilty about it, as he should. He's a bastard. We moved for his work. But the directorship at the NHU hospital is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we're just his family, so it was only right for him to accept it. Maya's behavior doesn't make it easier on him, though. Couple that with her overactive imagination, and it can get a little stressful. Change can be hard for children at this age. Yes, that is true, but you have to understand that Maya's a wonderful child. In fact, she's very bright for her age, which may be part of the problem. We would rather she was a dullard. She's thoughtful, reads beyond her years, and she's surprisingly mature for her age. It's just that she still hasn't come to terms with the move. And unfortunately, she's expressing her distress in rather disconcerting ways. I caught her wearing a MAGA hat the other day. Little bitch. How so? She's struggling with a lot of emotions. She's just turning 12, so she's on the cusp of her teenage years. She's in a new school, and you know how difficult school can be at that age. Hormones, boys, all the rest of it. You ever see the beginning of Carrie? Yeah, it can get that bad. Anand and I are busy for much of the day, but we try to talk to her about her feelings whenever we can, but that's not been going too well. The problem is she refuses to speak plainly about her feelings. Instead, she makes up outlandish stories and lets her imagination run amok. And she tries to draw us all into her morbid, make-believe tales. Her counselor says it's a coping mechanism, the kind of stress response adopted by bright children, possibly a way to get attention. Perhaps a way of telling us that she wants to leave and go back to her old life. No shit, right? We paid that man to tell us what we obviously already knew. What's troubling is that she's never been this way before. She's normally not an attention-seeking child. You might be wondering why we haven't left yet, even though I said the traffic would be a nightmare. I'm just here to give you my child's complete backstory. Her counselor's probably right. I think so too. She can be a little moody at times, that's all. And she might, if you probe, well, try to scare you with some of her stories. About this house, for example. What kind of stories? Just silly, juvenile stuff. The kind kids tell each other when they gather around a campfire and try to scare each other, I suppose. She may have overheard something about this house, and she's latched onto it and blown it out of proportion. It troubles us how morbid and disturbing her imagination can be. About this house? Yes, I'd rather not go into all of it. It's just nonsense anyways. And besides, that's exactly what she wants. that bitch. For us to get drawn into hysteria. It's actually kind of psychotic, and I probably shouldn't be leaving you with her. Well, just like we shouldn't have left Beth with her. Anyways, have fun. In any case, her counselor also told us not to engage or react. She's like the demon from Paranormal Activity. If she does try anything, please be patient, be firm, but gentle. What Maya needs now is a little sanity. She has so little of it. So about tonight, she's already eaten dinner. Her bedtime is at 9, which is just under 2 hours away. That works out. I just did the math in my head. The time should pass quickly. There's snacks in the kitchen, if you should need it. I've, counted all the cookies, by the way. Don't take the cookies. If there are cookies missing, well, you'll go missing. She pauses and appears to be searching for words. I for some reason, did the narrator's voice and Miss Raj's voice. Well, sorry, that's staying in. I know that I may have come across a bit severe when we spoke earlier on the phone. I have to be careful about who I choose to care for Maya. She's having a hard time as it is. Yeah, I know she's having a hard time as it. You just told me she's having a hard time. That's okay. I'd have done the same if it were my daughter. That's a complete lie, by the way. I would have just found a family member and dumped her there. I know now that I had nothing to worry about. I'm impressed by your understanding of children. You must be great with them. I'm not even going there. I'll ask Maya to come in now so you can meet her. You hear voices approach. Shreya's and that of the young girls. They're speaking in low voices, but you sense tension and conflict in their voices. The child's tone is brusque, upset, while Shreya's tone is stern. This is Maya. Say hi, Maya. Oh, you're not even going to say it? You're not even going to say hi, Maya? Maya. Hi. Her voice is so low you can barely hear it. I was just telling Maya that we're only away for about 3 to 4 hours. She must go to bed no later than 9. She'll cooperate, of course. I was half expecting her to wheel Maya in like freaking Hannibal Lecter with a thing over her mouth, the way she's been describing Maya. Isn't that right, Maya? You sense a warning in her tone. Maya? Yes. That mumbled reply again. It's almost like she's about to become a teenager. It's great to meet you, Maya. Right. We have to be off then. If there's anything, please call. I expect you'll be fine. Maya's in good hands. You, not so much. Thanks. I'll call if there are any issues. Yes, please do that. Goodbye. Maya was never seen again. I'm just kidding. Well, hello, Maya. Mr. and Mrs. Raj have left. An awkward silence descends as Maya stares at you. There's about an hour and 30 minutes to go before her bedtime. Maya, you are scaring the shit out of me. What would you like to do? I really like your personality, Maya. It means I don't have to do a little kid's voice. Why not watch some TV or read a book? No thanks. Listen, don't take this the wrong way, but are you gonna stab me? That awkward silence again. I noticed you didn't say no. You shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have taken this job. You should leave. Oh, why would you say that? Because you're not safe here. Go while you can. If I leave, you'll be alone here. I can take care of myself. You should be more worried about yourself, not me. Maya, how about we talk about something pleasant? What are your hobbies? I don't really want to talk. I'll go up to my room now. Sure. Go ahead. Do whatever you want to do, buddy. But she doesn't go. She lingers. Like a bad fart in a stuffy room. You know, I told them not to get a sitter. I'm old enough to take care of myself. It's not safe. I'm sure you can take care of yourself, but your parents just wanted to make sure you're okay. My parents don't really care about me. If they did, they would listen to me. They don't. Anyway, I meant it's not safe. For you. Look, Maya, I don't scare easily. How about we talk about something else? I'm not trying to scare you. I just want you to leave. Before something happens to you. It feels like you're going in circles with her. Well, I can't. You're stuck with me. Alright. At least I tried. I'm heading up to my room now. What are you going to do up there? I'm going to read. Maybe write in my journal. What does it matter anyway? Don't worry. I'm not gonna burn the house down or anything. I did not say you were gonna do that, so that is a red flag, young lady. Just... Look, if you're not gonna leave, then just... Whatever you do, don't go near the basement, okay? No matter what you hear, don't go near it. Please. She leaves you standing alone. Ouch. That didn't go too well. You kind of suck at your job. It was just as Mrs. Raj said. Maya's definitely a troubled child. No sooner had they left than she began to try to make the situation uncomfortable. Some say she's experiencing being a teenager. You'll just have to ride this out. If she spends the rest of the evening upstairs, things should be fine. You can hang out here in the lounge and pass time till the parents get back. It should be easy to do. Still, the conversation with Maya has left a bad taste in your mouth. She definitely seems like a bright young girl. It's a pity she's struggling with the pains of the changes in her life. But growth only ever comes from change, and that's something she'll learn over time. You decide to wait it out on one of the comfortable couches here. It sure is as comfortable as it looks. You practically sink into the plush leather. "10 minutes later. What was that? It came from the floor somewhere. It sounded like a door opening. Did Maya come back down? Well, let's see. Maybe we should investigate. The sound came from near that staircase over there. You distinctly heard the creak of a door opening. This had better not be Maya playing around, or you would beat the living shit out of her. I'm sorry. There are 3 doors here. The door to your left, the door to the right of the stairs, and there appears to be a door behind the stairs, under it. The stairs lead up to another floor, presumably where the bedrooms are. The sound you heard, the creak of a door opening, came from one of these doors. You're sure of it. And it's probably the open door. Call out to Maya. You raise your voice and call her name, but there's no response. You'd better check the doors. Check the door on your left. It appears to be shut. You should try the door to make sure. The door to try it. It's locked. Check the door to the right of the stairs. It's locked. Go back to the couch. Check the door under the stairs. This door is ajar. I'm not going to make the stupid dad joke, so don't be waiting for it. This must have been the sound you heard. Through the gap in the doorway, you see only darkness, because no one has turned on the light. What are you doing? I told you to stay away from the basement. Jeez, you scared the hell out of me. Told you to stay away from the basement. Why don't you listen? Why doesn't anyone listen? Maya, what exactly is going on? What's that supposed to mean? Are you accusing me of something? I'm not doing anything. Your mother warned me you'd do something like this. Ma blames me for everything. I'll bet she told you I'm making up stories. She tells that to everyone, even total strangers. But I'm not making stories up. I bet she didn't tell you what the real estate lady told us about this house. I just came downstairs now. I heard you calling me. I came down to see why. I saw you near the basement door, even though I told you not to go near it, no matter what you hear. So who opened the door? It wasn't me, okay? If that's what you're saying. You know what? You're all the same. All of you think I'm lying, even my counselor. Maya, what's really going on? If I tell you, you'll just call me a liar, and you'll accuse me of stuff I didn't do. I didn't do none of it, see? It's all a lie. It was all a frame job, see? I'm not going to tell you anything. Do whatever you like, but for your own sake, stay away from the basement, no matter what you hear. Is your dad a botanist? Like a mad botanist? Alright, I'll bite. What's in the basement? Great, she's gone back upstairs again. This is so not going well. You're just gonna have to ride this out somehow until her parents get home. This is definitely getting uncomfortable. No wonder Miss Raj is concerned about the girl. Children express stress in varied ways. You've seen this in children who are going through traumatic changes in their lives. The poor girl. The poor girl? I'm the one that's about to get eaten by something. The sight of the open door is a bit creepy. Alright, close it. There. That's better. Back to the couch. Back to the comfortable sofa, staring out into the darkness of the lawn. Don't they have a TV? Isn't this like the most creepy part? It's like I'm just sitting, staring out the window. You'll sit tight till her parents get home. A few minutes later. Clack! Really? Again? Come on, this isn't funny anymore. Why would she? Call out to Maya to stop it. You call out, but there's no response. What the hell is that? Oh, she's crying. Oh, I don't know if that's a little bit less creepy. Laughter would have been a lot more creepy. It's coming from over there, near the stairs. Maya, are you okay? There is no response. It's coming from the door behind the stairs. Why am I guessing that the real Maya's down there? It's coming from the door behind the stairs. I said again. Maya, if you don't quit this now, I'm gonna have to call your mother. Still no response. This is really aggravating. The sound of the weeping is troublesome. The door's open again. The crying is coming from the pitch darkness beyond it. There's no way you're going to open that door. Maya may be in there, ready to spring out and scare you, and you're not up for being jump scared. No, I'm not game, alright? So keep that in freaking mind. You don't really want to die of a heart attack on a babysitting gig. That's not what you signed up for. You better shut that door. I'm backing away from the screen.